Good morning, it's 2:40 in the morning on August 5th. It's day 124. It's 55.5 degrees and I'm gonna wake up. Alright, good morning again guys. 3:55 in the morning, 53.8 degrees. Just kind of looking around to make sure I didn't leave anything. Looks good. Slept well last night. Well, had trouble falling asleep again last night. I think I had too much coffee yesterday morning. Had 2 cups at the hostel and then I think another 2 cups with Mary and Asha and Brian over at breakfast. So I think there might have been some residual caffeine kind of coursing through me that gave me some difficulty falling asleep, but slept good once I fell asleep. There was some sort of intermittent, pretty thick cloud cover and wind, which had me a little concerned that some of those thunderstorms might kick up, but they never came to pass, which is nice. So still another threat of thunderstorms today, but hopefully those just don't materialize as well. So yeah, man, no one came through last night. No one hiked by. I know there were a couple other hikers out here that I know of, probably a couple more than that even still, but there's a little spur, just a tiny touch trail south of here, a little alternate or whatever adjacent trail, and a sign which originally posted PCT with an arrow to the left, but that arrow pointing to the left had been scribbled out with a Sharpie and the arrow now points to the right. So there was some confusion in the comments on Far Out over where exactly the PCT went, but on 3 different map layers I have the PCT going to the left. So I think what must have happened is that all of the other hikers around me must have gone with the Sharpie drawn arrow to the right, which is all just as well. I mean, I did certainly take a moment and assess with my maps what going to the right meant, and it looked fundamentally like you'll essentially chop like 1.5 miles, 1.75 miles off of the PCT. PCT is kind of doing this big loop right now, and if you had gone to the right, you would have just cut some portion of that loop. So not like anyone's going to be getting lost and walking off of a cliff or something like that. Yeah, but I don't like to cut miles exclusively for cutting miles' sake. That's not who I am, but whatever. Not sure what today's gonna look like. Again, like I said yesterday, I'd like to do some decent miles today. I think I'm like 83 miles or something from Crater Lake, where I woke up this morning, so I'd really like to chop that down today and tomorrow and then have a cruisy day in. But we'll kind of see how it goes. When I was looking at the maps, it looked like if I were to do 35 miles today, that would be just about a cumulative mile of elevation gain. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. That's all it comes down to. Water today is also just a little bit spotty. Looks like there's one final water source in about 5.5 miles. And then no water for another 8 miles or so, making it about 13.5 from camp. And honestly, as much as that seems like a little bit of a far distance, I think that's what I'm gonna go for. So I've had 1/2 liter in my coffee, had 1/2 liter of just plain old-fashioned water, carrying out 2 liters. I think we're just gonna try and shoot for that 13.5 or whatever it is, and make that my first water stop. After that it gets a little weird again, but nothing too crazy, nothing too insurmountable, I hope. So should be fine. Anyways, I'm gonna focus on walking because obviously that's what I need to do. So I will check in with you guys later. below 7, 69 degrees even. Just made it to Brown Mountain Shelter, where a southbounder told me that someone had just come by yesterday and ripped the handle off of this like water pump that they have, kind of like a classic old water pump. Obviously my Ceanox on there now, but you can kind of lift up this part and get water out of it anyhow. So we'll check out the shelter, but first just wanted to introduce Mr. Bushwhack there. Howdy. Where are you from again, Bushwhack?
From Sweden.
From Sweden. How you feeling? Good hike so far?
Yeah, good. I was surprised with the water, but
yeah,
we figured it out.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah. And it's definitely like way easier to lift that handle with 2 people. So I appreciate that you were here and had already scoped it. But all right, let's check out this quick shelter. Apparently it's pretty rough inside, but that's usually the way they go. Kind of like these flaps. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. Definitely kind of sleep up on these shelves and get the stove going if you needed to. All right, well I'm gonna sit down and have a snack because I just did 25 miles before noon. So sit down, have a snack, filter some water, rest up, and then keep moving. Guys, 4:58, 69.8 degrees, made it to home for the night here on the north or west bank of Cascade Canal. It might be called Cascades Canal. I'm not sure whether that's plural or singular, but yeah, this is one of the many feeder waterways into Fish Lake. I am at mile 1774.6 in a northbound direction on the Pacific Crest Trail. Yeah, got the tent all pitched up, feeling good about it, should be great. Yeah, I mean, pretty good day today, 35.9, something like that. So definitely a pretty good day, definitely feeling tired. Don't think I'll have any trouble at all sleeping tonight. I just started noticing too, around camp, there's all these little wild strawberries that are just starting to come up. Unfortunately, I haven't found any that are ready to eat just yet, but I'll eat them if I see them. I was snacking on huckleberries all day today, so that was really nice. Yeah, I really don't have a whole ton to report, and frankly, I got to camp later than usual. So I think I'm just gonna cook dinner and bunk up, you know, process. Hopefully, I can process video, but I'm not gonna compromise sleep over it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's really about all I got. So just a good day. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.